Hey guys and girls, this is Chris here. Thank you so much for tuning back in. I do really appreciate it. As you can see, we're filming inside today. This is New Jersey, guys. This is late November. It's absolutely freezing outside. It's about 40 degrees. We have a northwest wind blowing 20 to 25, gust to 35. You may even be able to tell we're just sitting here rocking at the dock. So no fishing today, so we're stuck inside. So I figured I'd get the chance and the opportunity to go over some footage that we had filmed earlier in the season. Now this was actually our very first canyon run on my boat. This is a 2005 43 Ocean. I just got her in late April, early May. We ran a bunch of shakedown trips. So this was actually our very first trip to the edge. Now you're going to see in the chlorophyll shots and the temperature charts, this was not a very impressive temperature break or chloro break. We got word that there was some life here, so we had a good weather window, so we decided to take our first canyon run. Now, you're going to be seeing us doing some shark fishing initially, going over some tips and tactics which have helped me kill some really big sharks in the past, and then we're going to end it killing some bluefin tuna. So if you like it, please hit that like button, subscribe below, share it, and tune in as we'll be providing many more videos in the future with helpful tips, tactics. I'm going to be going over all the gear, all the rigs to help you guys catch more and bigger fish. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoy.
Like he's waiting for another one, man.
He's like, come on, man, hurry up.
Yeah, he's like our pet. It's like a grubbing seal.
Let him take it out of your hand, bud.
I'll do it.
There you go.
Oh, I dropped it.
He's coming around for it, look.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, he's coming around for it.
Yeah. He missed it. He swam right past it.
He's stupid.
Oh, there you go.
Got it. I'll just down the hatch, dude.
Oh, yeah, he likes it. Yeah, let me pull that. Look at him looking at me.
You guys are alright.
Picked up some steam for that one. I love him. Steve's Bill. Bill.
Bill the blue dog.
Look at him. Check him out. He's so cool. Apex. Not really, not him. Come on, Bill. That's what he's got now. He's a big boy, man. He's cool. What's that, 4 or 5 I gave him? 4, I gave him 1. Yeah. He ran right into the boat?
I think he's got something figured out.
Oh, dude, he's pumped. Look at him. Yeah, he's into so it. Cool, dude. He's into it. I can't believe that didn't pop.
So unbeknownst to me, Eric tied on a small circle hook, attached it to his spinning rod, and hooked up this blue shark. Usually we don't bait up blue sharks, they're kind of a nuisance, but he got a good kick out of it. You can hear the drag really screaming, so we had a little fun with it, and then he just popped them off. That circle hook will rust out, no problem. That fish will be just fine. I was actually mostly just ticked off because I was enjoying having him as a pet while we waited for Mr. Mako. It was fun just kind of hand feeding him, but he had fun with it, so no harm, no foul.
This one really ain't good. There you go. A little something. Up to the surface. Come on. Up to the surface. There you go. Come on. Any head shakes at all, eh? Nah. Now just kind of, he's coming up a little bit though. See him?
So right about here, this fish actually decides to make a pretty decent run. Now, although I was pretty confident we had another blue shark, every single hookup we have while shark fishing, unless I see that fish and bait it, I treat it as though it could be our mako or it could be our thresher. It's important to go through this exercise every single time because you never know. Every now and then a shark that seems to be acting like a blue dog or a brown shark will come alive, and if you still have all your rods out there, you don't have the engines ready to roll, and it is a mako, sometimes he's going to show up right to the boat green and ready to go. And for me with makos, I like to just get that boat in gear, get away from them, get them tired, get my harpoon ready, and ready the crew for possibly harvesting that legal mako. So I think it's an important exercise every time you hook up. Unless you see that fish, treat it as though it could be your keeper mako or keeper thresher.
Yeah.
He's still out there.
No, that's not our fish though.
That's not the one I'm fighting.
Stay away from the line. Stay away from the line, Bill. I think this is our fish, bro. This ain't no blue shark, I don't think.
Alright guys, so we're actually still tight to this fish, and he's still acting pretty active. We've had a lot of head shakes, a couple really decent runs. So at this point what I'm doing, you'll see me holding up my tail rope. At the bottom right corner you'll see my harpoon basket, complete with the harpoon dart itself is at the bottom there. My poly ball you'll see. My harpoon is not in screen here, but you can see I'm also clearing the cockpit, getting things ready to go just in case this does show up to be our mako. Unfortunately it was not, but again, just kind of going through some of the steps you'll need to harvest a decent sized mako.
Yeah, big blue dog. Yeah, big blue. Damn. Damn. It's okay, it's fun. Got our practice. Okay. Yeah, just a blue dog. Pop you off? Nope. Oh, no. Just a pissed off blue dog. He fought so differently than the other ones, you know? Yeah. He started to come up to the top.
Okay guys, so we get this blue shark boat side. Every single time you handle these fish, they're still big wild animals. Even though this is a dopey blue dog, don't ever take them for granted. You'll see videos online where guys are getting pulled over the side. These are still wild big creatures. Never wrap your hands around a line with a shark in the end, at least in my opinion. And take care of these fish. Don't just kill them for no reason or treat them with disrespect. These are beautiful animals. This fish was hooked with a circle hook and he'll be just fine. Okay, so from my recollection, we landed, I believe, 5 blue dogs that day. No makos caught while sharking. As stated prior, we did have 1 hit on the troll. We got word of a bite just about 1.5 miles away from where we were sharking on the other side of the canyon. So we scooted over there. We ultimately found a pot of fish, and within about 30 minutes or so, we went 4 for 4 on bluefin tuna. These were small fish. We released the first 2, and ultimately we kept the 3rd and the 4th fish. Again, they were small, but this was our first trip of the year. We kept them for fresh sashimi. Nothing was wasted. So here's some of the action.
There you go. Ready? Yeah. Cool, man. It's a tuna. Tuna. Jackie, look around. Jackie, mark that spot, bud. Set the mark, brother.
So right about here, you'll see as we are actually resetting the port flat line pink spreader bar, it gets nailed just about right there. Pretty cool. That fish kind of took it right out of our hands. You don't get to see that all that often. I'm going to keep talking here only because there's a lot of F-bombs in this little section of the video. We were in only about 62-degree water. It was not a hard break, as you'll see from the temperature charts that I had showed in the beginning of the video. But we were fortunate enough to kind of find some decent looking water. We worked a tight little area and put together a little bite here. Nothing great. But again, it was our first trip, and it was just really good to get the new 43 Ocean nice and bloody. So coming up right here, fairly illustrative of what I had alluded to in my very first video. In my opinion, it's really important to always keep the boat moving in and out of gear. One, not only does it keep nice good tension on the fish, but also I like to leave my long riggers out, specifically if I know that I have these fish in a little bit tighter. This fish, from what I remember, hit one of our flat lines, so these were not giant fish, so they weren't making real big sustained runs. So if I can leave my long riggers out and try and tease out an extra bite, that's always something that I'm willing to do. What's really neat about trolling the Sterling Tackle, splash bars is that they float, so they're not going to sink, and they're sitting up there, just kind of floating around. Those squids are looking all enticing, and every now and then you'll just be kind of sitting there, they'll barely moving, and bam, you get a bite, and you see that here.
Hold on, Dave. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, that's pretty. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Cool, man, yeah. Better fish. Bluefin.
I'm running over the spot we're at.
Yeah, he's just there, dude. He just came up. He just missed the back one. He just missed the tail one.
Oh, you can call it. That's a good one. He's a little bigger.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
He's a little bigger.
Oh yeah, okay.
Little guy again?
Oh yeah,
That's a good one. You got it right through the mouth.
somebody get a picture of that. Yeah, baby. Look at that gaff shot.
Where's my phone, Dave?
Okay guys, so in future episodes I'm going to go over exactly how I build my own shark rig. You don't need to go to the bait shop and buy these expensive gaudy rigs. You can do it all yourself. I'll go over exactly how they do that every single step of the way in future episodes. I really just wanted to give you guys some action from earlier in the season. Now, this is 2018, guys, so regulations for mako sharks have changed dramatically. In 2017, it was a 54-inch fork length. This year, the higher-ups thought it'd be a good idea to jump to an 83-inch mako. That's an 83-inch fork length mako shark. So, in my estimation, that's about a 180-pound to a 200, maybe 205, 210-pound fish. That's a big fish, guys. If you're not used to harvesting mako sharks, then this is really going to make it difficult for you, because you, in my opinion, should not be going out there trying to kill mako sharks at that size if you've never done it before. So I'm going to go over that soapbox in future episodes and also break down how I make those rigs. Okay guys, thanks again for tuning in. Again, click that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in future videos. Thanks again. Bye.